So here's what we know about David Depape, this lone wolf who attacked Paul Pelosi, husband of Nancy Pelosi. The attack happened early this morning, around 2:30 at their San Francisco home. Paul Pelosi attacked with a hammer. And remember, Paul Pelosi was arrested a few weeks ago for drunk driving. So David Depape is from Canada. Moved here about 20 years ago. Moved to California because he was in love. He was in love. And he moved to Berkeley making hemp bracelets. He believes in all these conspiracy theories. And of course, CNN, I have an article here at CNN Politics. CNN, along with these other media outlets, are portraying this guy as representing anybody who voted for Trump in 2020, anybody who disagrees with the results of the 2020 election, anybody who's a YouTube content creator. If you're somebody who believes in conspiracy theories, you're just like this lone wolf. Out there with a hammer, ready to attack anybody at a moment's notice. Does CNN not realize that the purpose of free speech is debate? The right to believe in conspiracy theories if you want to believe in conspiracy theories? And this is an article by Casey Tolan, Kurt Devine, Daniel A. Medina, and Malia D. Poya-Camp. Alleged Paul Pelosi attacker posted multiple conspiracy theories. This came out today, and they've got a screenshot here of Nancy Pelosi, who always looks, she's standing next to Paul Pelosi. She always looks like she doesn't know where she is. Always stumbling on her words, always looks drunk. Was this guy the one who attacked Paul Pelosi, or was it Nancy Pelosi because she was mad at her husband because he got arrested for drunk driving? I'm just joking. But it says here, the man who allegedly attacked House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband early Friday posted memes and conspiracy theories on Facebook about COVID vaccines, the 2020 election, and the January 6th attack on the Capitol. And an acquaintance told CNN that he seemed, quote, out of touch with reality. David Depape, 42, was identified by police Friday as the suspect in the assault on Paul Pelosi at the Speaker's San Francisco home. Two of Depape's relatives told CNN that Depape is estranged from his family. I wonder why. Could it be because the guy's crazy? And confirmed that the Facebook account, which was taken down by the social media company on Friday, belonged to him. His stepfather, Gene Depape, said David Depape grew up in Powell River, British Columbia. There you go, folks. And left Canada about 20 years ago to pursue a relationship that brought him to California because he was in love. Quote, I really don't know what to think, the suspect's uncle, Mark Depape, said of his nephew's alleged attack on Pelosi. Quote, hopefully it's a scam. I don't want to hear something like that. Last year, David Depape posted links on his Facebook page to multiple videos produced by My Pelosi CEO Mike Lindell, falsely alleging that the 2020 election was stolen. You see what they're doing here, connecting the dots between this lone wolf and Mike Lindell? And CNN, why couldn't you just say that this guy alleged that the 2020 election was stolen? Why are you always saying falsely alleges or falsely alleging, which is terrible grammar to begin with? Other posts included transphobic images. Can we see those images? What are these transphobic images? And linked to websites claiming COVID vaccines were deadly. Quote, the death rates being promoted are whatever they, and that's in quotes, want to be promoted as the death rate, one post read. Depape also posted links to YouTube videos with titles like Democrat Farce Commission to Investigate January 6th Capitol Riot Collapses in Congress. And global elites plan to take control of your money. Revealed. The word revealed in parentheses. Now, I went and I checked out these videos. Democrat Farce Commission to Investigate January 6th Capitol Riot is one that was posted by Dr. Steve Turley. And the other is by George Gammon. Global elite just revealed plan to control your money. But these guys don't seem like conspiracists. And they're not holding hammers in their hand while they're doing these videos. See, and if you're trying to connect the dots here, you're doing a really bad job of it. Really bad job of it. So getting back to the article, says here he also posted content about the Great Reset, the sprawling conspiracy theory that global elites are using coronavirus to usher in a new world order in which they gain more power and oppress the masses. And he complained that politicians making promises to try to win votes, quote, are offering you bribes in exchange for your further enslavement. But CNN shoots itself in the foot here. Watch. Most of the public posts on Depape's Facebook page were from 2021, and in earlier years, Depape also posted long screeds about religion, including claims that Jesus is the Antichrist. None of the public posts appeared to mention Pelosi. Jesus is the Antichrist. If you talk to somebody who claims to be conservative, says they're religious, believes in God, Catholic, Christian, Baptist, Episcopalian, they don't believe that Jesus is the Antichrist. So clearly this guy here is some crazy lone wolf. But we got to make the connection somewhere that this lone wolf is a representation of everybody who voted for Trump. Everybody who disagrees with the 2020 election. Everybody who owns a YouTube channel. If you're into conspiracy theories, you're just like this lone wolf. Two former acquaintances of Depape's in California told CNN he exhibited concerning behavior over the years. Linda Schneider said she got to know Depape roughly 8 years ago, and they occasionally house sat for her. When they met, she said Depape was living in a storage unit in the Berkeley area and told her he had been struggling with hard drugs but was, quote, trying to create a new life for himself. So a former druggie, he moves from Canada to Berkeley, because he was in love, he's making hemp bracelets, believes in all these conspiracy theories, and somehow he is representing everybody who voted for Trump in 2020. Schneider later received really disturbing emails from Depape in which he sounded like a megalomaniac and so out of touch with reality. She said she stopped communicating with him because it seemed so dangerous. Okay, if this guy was so dangerous and there was this concern here about his behavior, why didn't anybody do anything about it? Adding that she recalled him, quote, using biblical justification to do harm. Laura Hayes, who also lives in California, said she worked with Depape for a few months, roughly a decade ago, making hemp bracelets when he was living in a storage shed in the Berkeley area. She said Depape sold the bracelets as a business. Quote, he was very odd. He didn't make eye contact very well, Hayes said. She recalled him saying that he talks to angels and there will be a hard time coming. But she didn't remember any serious threatening comments and said she didn't think much of it because it's Berkeley, a place where eccentric characters aren't uncommon. Well, there you go, folks. Hayes, who was Facebook friends with Depape, called him his more recent post so phobic in so many ways and filled with so much anger. And have you noticed that's the theme out there? There's so much anger out there. This is a very volatile time. And this is being pushed by everybody in the media. So this is an article at CNN Politics. What we know about this David Depape character, 42, originally from British Columbia. And a shout out to anybody who's watching the channel in British Columbia, in Canada. But the guy moves to California because he was in love. He's making hemp bracelets. He's living in Berkeley. He's into all these conspiracy theories. And he suffers from mental illness. But somehow he represents everybody who supported Trump in 2020. Anybody who disagrees with the 2020 election. You must have been involved with January 6th. Gets me every time. Gets me every time. Because none of these people at CNN or any of these people in the media actually go and they do the research to find out really who this guy is, who he associated with really in the past. I mean, they did so in this story here. But it's right in front of him who this guy is. He's a lone wolf who suffers from mental illness, who did this act on his own. I mean, did Trump place some type of earpiece in his ear and command him to go to Nancy Pelosi's home and attack Paul Pelosi? Was there a secret message that Mike Lindell sent in a pillowcase? Do this and you'll get 20% off my next offer. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, this is a story by Casey Tolan, Kurt Devine, Daniel A. Medina, and Malie D. Poya-Camp, as though CNN can't get somebody with a regular name to do their stories for them. And they have to have 4 people doing these stories. But this is at CNN Politics. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. You can also follow me at Instagram, #JasonComposes, or find me at Twitter, Cultural Confederacy at Twitter. This is the Cultural Confederacy saying peace out. Stay safe, everybody. God bless this thing we call the United States. You all have a great weekend, and I'll catch you next time.